Hey everyone, welcome back to another bullet train devlog. This week I managed again a bit more, so let's get right into it. The first change is immediately in the town. As I got some playtest feedback that the menu is a bit too cumbersome driving around, I now added another movement mode where you can just click on a station and the train will arrive there and open the station. Still a bit wonky currently because the train position is not 100% logical. I will still work on that, but that should at least make the menu or town a bit easier. I feel like it loses a bit of the charm of the town, that you need to drive where you actually want to be. But on the other side, if it is too annoying to deal with like your general menu system, I also feel like that can harm the game more than it helps. So I feel like it is likely a good change. One thing that I still need to do is highlight this better. So because currently the mouse cursor will change, I actually do not want that because I like my own custom mouse cursor. But the issue is that otherwise you would not know that you can click on these stations. So that is something I also need to look into a bit. My next bigger point was adjusting the forest area a bit more. I added a few new obstacles, but the bigger part was actually my focus on the bosses. So the bosses should now be correctly set up, but I have not balanced them at all for now. So they exist, but I still need to figure out what I really want to do with them. But yeah, this is the boss arena for the forest, which also loops indefinitely. Other things I added are new trinkets, especially movement related trinkets. So one of these is now a teleport, which immediately lets you change tracks, and the other is a whip-like motion where your train just kinda does a circle spin to defeat enemies or towers in that area, which I feel like is kind of funny. It looks better with more cards, but I think it's an interesting addition. Still need to balance it, but yeah, that is second edition. And then there is actually a third one as well, a mech-like thing for whatever reason, because that seems reasonable. I have no idea how I will balance it, but you know, I will find a way. Also still a bit buggy, as you saw. Camera placement is a bit wonky, but yeah, the base structure for that is also in. So some fun new movement modes. As final addition, I also worked a bit on the final boss of the forest area as well. It is also not yet in a very complete state, but there is already something to show. So we already have our beautiful whatever random tree here, and the camera is already in the correct position. I wanted it to be more of a following situation here, so you actually see the train from the front and need to dodge things from the back, or likely also front when the boss spawns things in the front. The attacks currently are very rudimentary yet. They will hit you, but yeah, it is not doing any damage or anything. But yeah, the base setup is there, and I will see where it gets. But I think it already looks somewhat promising. If also a bit funky, but that is fine as well. But yeah, with that was it for this week. So I think I would say quite a bit of progress this week, but let's get to next week. So I intend to still continue on, of course, the trend and also fix up the town a bit more, because currently that it still feels very buggy. But I also have the teleport trinket now, so I can just use that for the teleport and then define better locations for that. But yeah, the other part I think would mainly be fixing up the forest area, so creating all the areas and actual difficulty for the gameplay areas as well as the bosses, and then also the final boss itself, taking a closer look at that as well. But with that was already everything. So as always, if you have any feedback or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. but otherwise I will see you next week. Bye.